Plus here at the MACTO launch in Milton Keynes with James Lutman, MACTO matchmaker. James, you were part of TMT at first, Too Much Talent. What brought about this new era with MACTO?
We feel with Too Much Talent that we reached our ceiling, that it was only going to get as big as we were, and we want to evolve. This sport's ever evolving and we want to evolve with it. So we decided to take the plunge and go for that next level, and we genuinely believe that by bringing the people in that we've brought with Ross, Laurence, Wad Alameddine and Chris Emmanuel, that we've got a team in place that can really escalate this show to the top tier of the UKMMA market. With Ross and Wad, it was a sort of almost joint venture. It's something we've spoken about in the past. We were all friends prior to the shows taking place, and they came to the TMT shows, like what we were doing. So they sort of approached us at the same time we were looking anyway to take TMT to that next level, and we didn't know how to do it on our own. So we were looking, what do we need to put in place? And with Wad and Ross and Chris, we've got it. We know it's the team. It's all about the individuals you've got make the show. And between us, we think we've got enough experience, knowledge, determination and desire to take this. Well, sky's the limit. So
it's a busy scene with other promotions out there. You talked a little bit about what MACTO means to you briefly a moment ago. What do you think sets MACTO apart currently from the other promotions?
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of the I find UK promotions, they cut corners, they promote it wrong. I'm very passionate about mixed martial arts, and it pains me when I see cage fighting and people using those sort of terms and phrases for what is the purest of all combat sports. You know, there is nothing purer than mixed martial arts. So what sets us aside is that is how we're promoting it. There would be no animosity. You know, it's not a blood sport. This is a combat sport. This is martial arts. It's a kickboxer versus a jiu-jitsu guy, a wrestler versus you know, a Muay Thai fighter, whatever it might be. And it's bringing those fights together in a great venue with great promotion, great production, and hopefully, like I say, the first show, the proof will be in the pudding.
And you'll be featuring a mix of amateur fights, K1 fights, and professional bouts, yep?
Yeah, that's right. So we, you know, I think that the amateur fighters deserve their place on the big shows, and I think they can then try and build their way up onto the pro card. So yeah, it'll be a good mixture. We've got some guys, you know, some sort of rookie amateur fighters right through to some really experienced amateur fighters. A few K1 bouts, because everyone likes some bang for their bucks as well, don't they? People want to see you stand and trade. And then some really high-level pro fights.
And as you've just announced, you'll be falling in line with Safe MMA and IMMAF.
I think it's a must. I think the IMMAF, you know, you've got to have those rules in place, and it should be, you know, across the country, any promotion should be following the same rule sets and everything else, and it gives everyone a solid ground with which to work, and Safe MMA is a must. For me, the most important thing with our shows is, and always will be, the fighters. We look after the fighters, they'll want to come back, they want to put on a good show, we get their loyalty and everything else that goes with it. And Safe MMA, you know, like I say, their safety is paramount. So with that in place, we're doing everything we can to provide them with everything they need to show their skills.
And 2 fights already revealed for June. First of all, the co-main event, Alex Montanaghi against David Round. Alex in particular, that's quite a good acquisition. He would have had his pick of Bama, I'm sure. So how did you come to acquire Alex Montanaghi?
We just spoke to him. You know, we've explained to the fighters what we're trying to do, what we're aiming for, and you know, we're getting them on board with our vision. And that's what this is. It's a vision. It's to take this part of the UK MMA market by storm. You know, we want to be competing with the other top UK productions, like you've mentioned, Bama. We want to be, you know, alongside them and give fighters the opportunity that it's not just you aim for that and then up to the UFC or wherever it might be. You know, there should be competition, because competition makes excitement. So Alex is a very good acquisition, like you said, for us. He's very exciting, and the fight with Dave Round, I mean, that just gets the hairs on the back of my neck up just thinking about it, because those two are going to bite down, stand and swing, and you know, that could go either way.
Definitely. And the main event of the evening, Nico Shipchak versus Wendell Lewis. again, another very surprising acquisition in Nick Oshipshak. His return had been rumoured in the MMA community, but nobody knew when and nobody knew where. How did you come to get together with Nick?
Nick and used to work closely with Wad, and again, it was explaining the vision, explaining what we want to do, and you know that we want to promote him. You know, we want to get him back to where he should be. Nick's one of the most talented fighters that's ever come out of the UK, I believe. And you know, we want to give him the foundations and the platform to show the world what he can do, because his skill set is just second to none, really. He's a fantastic fighter, and I am so excited to watch him fight, and I'm so glad he's making his comeback on MACTO.
This has been a very secretive build-up, and of course MMA Plus are very grateful to be here. How long until you're looking to announce future fights?
They should be getting drip-fed to you guys as and when we get it all finalised, but there's some very, very exciting fights, some very, very exciting fighters, and the fight card will take shape and form very, very soon, and watch this space. There's going to be some excitement to come still.
And you're looking for, is that a total of 3 events this year?
Yeah, we're trying to get 3 in by the end of the year, so we've got June and then I believe September and November. So that's the plan for this year, and then next year hoping for 6 shows, just tying up things with the venue, getting the dates in place, and like I said, we're here and we're going to show the world what we can do.
Excellent. Thanks a lot for your time and best of luck. This is MMA Plus in Milton Keynes.